So this year's a great year for movies, I feel like. And to be honest, this year, 2026, I've gotten back into going to the theaters and watching movies. I feel like for a while, I kind of like gave up on watching movies. Like, I feel like every other movie was like an Avenger movie or a movie with Chris Pratt in it, just like a cash grab. I feel like after I was so let down by the FNAF series, because one thing that pisses me off, and this is how I know if I like or dislike a movie, is if when I walk out of there, am I pissed off that I spent the money on it. Anyways, yesterday I went and saw the Backrooms. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not gonna put enough spoilers in this video where it's gonna be unwatchable or you're gonna know what happened. But a little spoiler warning because, you know, it's inevitable. But like, I feel like the last two movies I went and saw are probably two of my favorite movies I've seen, like, probably in my adult life. I'm not gonna lie, I think Obsession is gonna be like an iconic, like, pop culture classic. That was the movie I saw before the Backrooms and I loved it. And I think when I first watched the Backrooms, I was expecting like another just like insane movie kind of like that to really like. And you gotta realize I am a fan of the Backrooms. I've played multiple Backroom games on my stream.
Fucking dead.
Ah! So Backrooms lore and everything like that has always interested me. But after I watched it, and I wanted to make a review on it. I was kind of looking around for some more information on the film. It's not gotten great reviews. When I looked on Twitter, a lot of people were shitting on it. But I think it's because the Backrooms has become more than what the Backrooms is, if that makes sense, and that's like kind of ironic seeing like that's what the movie's kind of about. But basically it kind of like takes place in the 1990s and I like the vintagey feel of everything. And the main character, Clark, what I took from it was a big metaphor for like mental issues, dealing with, you know, repetitive thought cycles, just like a deep dive into the human psychology. And that's why I liked Obsession so much too. I'm gonna make a challenge for myself to go through the rest of the video without mentioning Obsession.
Oh, no. No.
What?
No, 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 don't do that!
So anyways, what I really liked about it was seeing a game and like lore I really like put on the big screen and a movie adaptation like that. Something I found that actually made me like it more after the fact as I was kind of like researching the movie a little bit was that they used very minimal CGI, no AI, and all the rooms and the sets, and it was actually built, it was actually real. They built over 32,000 square feet of set and rooms for this movie, so everything was genuine, like an actual set and actual movie props. And I think that's one thing that really stuck out to me in the movie. I felt like I could actually be there. Like a lot of times nowadays with all the CGI, AI, like animations, like the sets and where the characters are doesn't feel super realistic. It made what being the Backrooms would really feel like more like understandable. Like I feel like I could really now in my head picture being stuck in the Backrooms. And for me, I love subliminal, liminal places. I can't remember the word. You guys know what I mean. I'm sure someone in the comments can explain. I've always liked spaces like that. Like I remember when I worked at the mall at late night when I would close, I'd have to like walk out through like the mall employee entrance and there's always like these offices and hallways and there's nothing in them. So it kind of reminded me of that. The movie itself is not super scary. It's more of like thought-provoking in my opinion. I will say this, I feel like the characters like lore or story was like very like underdeveloped. Like you got the point. There was just like a lot left out. The characters seemed a little shallow as far as their story, in my opinion. Obviously they run into like monsters or like these like memories that people have had that are distorted in the Backrooms. I feel like a lot of them didn't get a lot of shine. I wish they made like a little more impact in the movie itself. I saw a lot of people complaining that like they didn't understand the story, they didn't understand what happened to the characters, they were really confused. And I think the biggest point of the Backrooms is being confused. Like if you play the games, like 90% of the game is being like confused and like just wandering around. And I think that like being confused and lost in a space that you can't explain or like wrap your head around is kind of like the point of the Backrooms. And one thing I'm really liking about movies recently, like a movie I said I wouldn't mention that I watched before, and then this movie is they're not using all these just big name actors to sell you on the movie. They're using actors that really fit into these movies well, rather than just like going after big names. I'm failing my own challenge, but you can't tell me like if they put Sydney Sweeney in Obsession, that wouldn't ruin the movie. Like they could do everything the same and just switch out like actor who played Nikki for Sydney Sweeney, and I don't think the movie would have been as good. And then same thing goes for the Backrooms. I liked the actors a lot. You know, they connected the story a lot better. And Kane Parsons, I think, did a really good job like bringing like what I think real Backrooms fans like would want to see to the Backrooms. I feel like the Backrooms have a lot of memes, a lot of like the PNG Shreks or Kanye's chasing you. And there was like an element of like, you know, a little bit of silliness to it, but in a good way, and just enough of like, you know, scary moments or moments where you're like, oh, is something gonna happen? Is, you know, I think the lighting changes and everything like that was awesome. I think the aesthetics of the Backrooms in the movie itself kind of is worth the watch. And like I said, if you've ever played the Backrooms or been interested in the Backrooms, it's definitely worth going to watch. I personally can relate to movies and shows that have a lot of like being stuck in your own psychological hell, because I've been like stuck in my head in the past and really had like some crazy battles I fought up in here. So like me personally, I think the Backrooms, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. I would say that like it's not like an insane movie, but like it's a good movie. And this is coming from someone who like, this is like right up my alley. There was like a lot of parts I watched where I was like, yeah, they're trying to confuse you and like give you like that Backrooms feel of like what's even going on. And like they left a lot to your imagination to kind of piece together in your head. I do wish there were definitely parts I wish they would have like explained more, some more solid parts of the story to kind of create the bigger story, the bigger picture. I think a lot of it was left up to like interpretation or kind of filling in the missing pieces or blank in your head. I don't know if that was intentional. The dialogue, a lot of parts where it was kind of weak to me. The acting was amazing. The actors and actresses did phenomenal. I guess you'd call them the monsters. I really liked them in it. They were different, they were interesting, and not all the monsters were just an evil being just trying to murder, kill you. They were, you know, they were strange, quirky, complex in their goals and missions and how they would act. Some were out to kill Clark, and some were, you know, like manifestations of in his mind that could behave and interact in different ways. The part that kind of confused me was when he was trying to prove the Backrooms was real. He brought in 2 of his employees to like film, and one of them died to something, which I'm not really sure what it was. They don't really explain or tell you, but you can kind of make a guess. And then the other employee, you don't really know if she's murdered by Clark or murdered by one of the monsters, but she's like decapitated and he's like, oh, don't worry about her or whatever. And the thing is, if Clark did kill her, then you're like, wow, this guy's really lost it. But if it was one of the monsters, you don't really know. And the timeline is kind of like jumpy as far as how long they actually spent in there. You can't really tell. Like, it kind of seems like a short amount of time, but then again, it kind of seems like a long amount of time. For me, that was a little confusing, but overall, it's a pretty solid movie in my opinion. I wouldn't trust the TikTok brain rot reviews or like the Twitter movie critics. It's definitely worth, you know, the $8-9 to go watch the movie. And I know I said I wouldn't do it, I'm doing it again. It's not as good as Obsession, but it's probably my second favorite movie of this year that I've watched. And I've watched a good amount of movies this year. I definitely recommend going and watching it. If you guys have seen it, let me know in the comments, you know, what you thought of it. I'm genuinely curious to hear everyone's opinions. Like I said, this year I found myself becoming more of a movie fan. It's like COVID movies and post-COVID movies really were just like brain rot, cash grabs, money grabs. Like a lot of the art was gone, and then they were just chasing big name actors and actresses for every movie. Like this year, a lot of these movies are kind of straying away from that and leaning back into the art, leaning back into like slow build-ups. Anyways, I don't think I've ever done like a movie review on this channel, so if you guys like this, let me know. I'll make more videos like this. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm working really hard on getting to 10,000 subscribers this year, and so it'd mean the world to me if you took a second and subscribe. Join the family. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah.
I can't get shit right, can't learn my lesson. Always with a random, now she undressing. Liars and bitches, yeah, I was obsessed with. Then you were gone, missing your presence. Filled with prescriptions, always be hiding me. Feeling addictions, that's not what I try to be. Always been outside, cause my mom's still proud of me. She know I'm who I'm gonna be. They tryna get in my face when I'm on the overdose race. Fucking got caught in self-reflection the other day. Wanted to blow my head off, take it straight to my grave. Got a fucking date with a narcissist who I think I can save. So I grab another pill on stormy days, then I snort it, cause I'll sleep another fucking 100 nights before you know it. I'll spend them all high, wasting time till I'm older. But I love her crazy ass, I don't care, she bipolar.
Yeah, DJ Sin. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. You won't see me again. I'm not okay.
What's the point?
I'm not okay.
and it's about me, but I just don't be giving a fuck. And I was like, bro, that doesn't even make sense. That makes zero motherfucking sense that I pull up there. And then Carter was like, leave him alone. He's trying to stream, and this is bullshit. Period.
I don't know what's going on in there, but
I don't know if anybody's fighting for real.
With a
but
mop bucket.
we just heard like a lot of like just damage, and then we see Jason come through with the fucking mop bucket, and we're like, oh, what's happening?
He said nothing.
Nothing.
And then close.
Oh!
Where's he going?
Good job.
Literally a David and Goliath situation, but Goliath was the big guy, and he got knocked out.
You could
by
say
a
you didn't slay
little
the
stone
giant,
throw,
and he
right?
basically butt fucked you, right?
I mean, I don't think that's appropriate.